Part 1, The Empty Chair. I'm Ellie, and my world shattered 6 months ago when my husband, Tom, vanished. We'd been married 5 years, happy, or so I thought. The police found his car abandoned near a cliff, his wallet inside, and declared him dead, lost to the ocean. But something felt wrong. His favorite jacket was still in our closet, and he'd left his wedding ring on the kitchen counter. Why would he do that? I started vlogging to cope, to piece together the man I thought I knew. Last night, I found a hidden note in his desk: "If I stay, I'm done." My heart stopped. Was Tom running from something, or someone? Then, as I filmed, my phone pinged with a text from an unknown number: "Stop looking." Part 2, The Hidden Account. That text, "Stop looking," kept me up all night. Who sent it? I traced the number, but it was a burner, untraceable. I'm digging deeper into Tom's life, starting with his laptop, which I hadn't touched since he disappeared. I cracked his password, our anniversary date, and found a secret email account. There were messages to someone named Lila, cryptic and urgent: "It's getting worse. I need out." Who's Lila? I went to our bank and discovered withdrawals Tom never mentioned, thousands drained to an offshore account. At home, I noticed our photo album was missing a picture, the one from our last anniversary. Then, my doorbell camera caught a man in a hoodie watching my house at 2 a.m. He looked familiar. Part 3, The Woman in the Photo. I can't shake the image of that man outside my house. I zoomed in on the footage, and his build, the way he moved, it's too close to Tom. But Tom's dead, right? I found the missing anniversary photo in a box he'd hidden in the garage. On the back, in his handwriting, Lila, 3/15. I tracked down a private investigator, Sarah, who's helping me dig. She found a Lila Harper, a woman in her 30s, living an hour away in Portland. I drove to her address, a small apartment, and saw her through the window. She's real, and she was wearing a necklace Tom gave me years ago. I knocked, but she didn't answer. That night, I got another text: "You're closer than you think." Part 4, The Stolen Life. Lila's necklace haunts me. It's the one Tom said was one of a kind. I went back to her apartment, but it was empty, like she'd fled overnight. Sarah dug deeper and found Lila's social media, locked but with one public photo, her and Tom, arm in arm, at a beach I've never been to. My stomach dropped. Was he living a double life? I found a receipt in Tom's desk for a storage unit I didn't know about. Inside, I discovered a suitcase with men's clothes, a fake ID with Tom's face under the name James Carter, and a burner phone. The phone had one voicemail, Lila's voice, panicked, saying, "They're coming for us." Who are they? Part 5, The Shadow of Debt. I'm reeling from that voicemail. Who was after Tom and Lila? Sarah traced the fake ID to a shady company, Carter Enterprises, linked to offshore accounts. She also found Tom owed $50,000 to a loan shark named Victor Malone, a name that sent chills down my spine. I visited our old accountant, who admitted Tom had been hiding debts, funneling money to protect me. Protect me from what? I went to the cliff where Tom's car was found, searching for clues. There, etched into a rock, was JC plus LH. James Carter and Lila Harper. That night, my laptop was hacked, files about Tom deleted, and a pop-up message read, "Back off, Ellie." Part 6, The Man Who Knew. I'm scared, but I can't stop. The hacked laptop feels like a warning, but it's proof someone's watching. Sarah connected Victor Malone to a bar in Portland, a dive called the Rusty Anchor. I went there, heart pounding, and met a bartender, Mike, who knew Tom as James. He said Tom and Lila were regulars, always looking over their shoulders. Mike overheard Tom mention a deal gone wrong with Victor. Before I left, Mike slipped me a matchbook with an address scribbled inside. I drove to it, a rundown motel. Room 12's door was ajar, and inside, I found Tom's jacket, the one from our closet, stained with something dark. Then, I heard footsteps behind me. Part 7, The Betrayal. I spun around, but no one was there, just the echo of footsteps fading. My hands shook as I clutched Tom's jacket. The stain smelled like oil, not blood, but it didn't calm me. I called Sarah, who ran the motel's records. Tom, or James, had stayed there months before his death, with Lila. I went to our old neighbor, Mrs. Claire, who admitted she saw Tom packing a bag the night he vanished, whispering on the phone about starting over. I felt betrayed, like our marriage was a lie. Back home, I found a hidden compartment in Tom's desk with a letter, "Ellie, I'm sorry. It's the only way." Then, my front door creaked open. Part 8, The Face in the Dark. I grabbed a kitchen knife, heart racing, as the door swung wide. It was Sarah, checking on me, but I'm on edge. That letter, "It's the only way," is burned into my mind. Why did Tom need to escape? Sarah traced Victor Malone to a warehouse, and against her advice, I went there. It was dark, crates stacked high, and I heard voices. I hid, peering through a gap, and saw Lila, alive, arguing with a man who wasn't Tom. She mentioned the ledger, something Victor wanted. I tried to get closer, but a hand grabbed my shoulder. It was Mike, the bartender, whispering, "You shouldn't be here." How did he know I was there? Part 9, The Ledger's Secret. Mike pulled me out of the warehouse, saying I was in over my head. He admitted he worked for Victor, but he's done with it. He gave me a USB drive, saying it's what Tom died for. Back home, I plugged it in. It's a digital ledger, names, dates, millions in transactions, tied to Carter Enterprises. Tom's name was all over it, linked to money laundering. Was he in too deep? I confronted Lila's sister, Emma, who said Lila and Tom were trying to expose Victor, not help him. Then, my car's GPS history showed a trip to a cabin I never took, dated after Tom's death. Someone's been in my car. Part 10, The Cabin's Truth. I drove to the cabin, a remote spot in the woods. Inside, it was lived in, coffee cups, a man's boots, and a photo of me and Tom, slashed through my face. My blood ran cold. I found a laptop hidden under the floorboards, password protected. Sarah cracked it, revealing emails between Tom and Lila, planning to turn the ledger over to the FBI. They faked Tom's death to protect me from Victor's men. But one email, sent after his death, said, "Ellie's getting too close." Was Tom watching me? As I left, headlights flashed in the distance, and an engine roared toward the cabin. Part 11, The Confrontation. I hid in the cabin's crawl space, holding my breath as footsteps stomped above. It was Victor's men, searching for the ledger. They left, but I knew I wasn't safe. I met Sarah at a diner, where she showed me a photo from a gas station camera, dated last week. It was Tom, alive, buying cigarettes. My heart broke and burned at the same time. I went to Lila's last known address, a safe house. She was there, and she broke down, saying Tom faked his death to save us both from Victor, but he's missing now. She gave me a burner phone he'd used. It rang as I held it, and Tom's voice said, "Ellie, run." Part 12, The Final Truth. Tom's voice on that phone, it was him, alive, but the call cut off. I'm terrified but done hiding. Lila and I tracked the phone signal to an abandoned factory. We went together, armed with the ledger to bargain for Tom's life. Inside, Victor was waiting, his men holding Tom, beaten but alive. He'd been caught trying to leak the ledger. I handed over a fake USB, stalling, while Sarah tipped off the FBI. Sirens blared, and Victor's men scattered. Tom and I escaped, but he admitted he couldn't come back. Our life was a lie to keep me safe. I'm home now, alone, rebuilding. But last night, a new note appeared on my counter: "You're not done."